know I got to lean in.
What's up, everybody? It's me again. It's time to lean in, bitch. I'm here with Antonio and Chase on this lovely, what's today? Wednesday afternoon.
Hump day.
It is a hump day.
So it definitely is Kenya Moore Day.
Huh?
If it's hump day, it's definitely Kenya Moore Day, honey.
Well, by your AV, it's looking like it is Marlo Day.
Marlo Day.
Chase, is something you want to tell us?
Well, that is because the people would not let me have Sheree's picture as my avatar, and so I want to know what's going on. Why Sheree not in the promo picture for the show? What's going on? What's up with you and Sheree's third time's the charm?
Promo for which promo? Like the lean promo or the promo?
Yes, the lean promo. That's the only promo I care about is the lean.
Well, Sammy told me I had to choose between Sheree or Kandi, and you know what he chose.
Child, I haven't been down bad for 2 weeks, child. Go, let him have it.
Not just 2 weeks.
Like,
2
actually,
months.
Sammy's here today. Hey, Sammy. Sammy said that was a mistake. He said Team Kenya. Okay, well, we're here to talk about this trailer for Real Housewives of Atlanta. They've been kind of teasing that it was coming for the last month, I believe, and it is finally here.
Yeah.
And it's quite a bit to talk about, in a very condensed format. But overall, at first, I will say I watched the trailer and I was like, meh. But I watched it a few more times and I kind of started to see what was really going on. And I could say that I'm kind of excited to see how it all plays out. And I want to get y'all thoughts. But before we do that, of course, don't forget to hit that like button if you're watching live or watching the replay. We will be covering Real Housewives of Atlanta, obviously, and Beverly Hills at the same time. It's going to be a very busy summer, as I keep saying. We're doing New Jersey right now, so make sure you watch those recaps as well. Myself, Sammy, and Danny, and many more to come. Married to Medicine, all that's good to come. Chase, what were your overall thoughts on the trailer? Like, how did it make you feel? Just your reactions and stuff like that.
Whether it's explosive, it's not explosive, something about Atlanta just feels like home. And so when I watched it, I was like, you know what? I really don't care whether it's good or it's not good. I'm just happy to see the girls back. But after watching it a couple of times, I'm actually excited for the reboot season. I feel like there's no real teams or alliances per se. So we're going to get some authentic moments and authentic reactions, such as Sheree telling Drew to shut the fuck up, which, please, girl, shut the fuck up. So I actually am excited about it. I'm actually excited. And before I finish, I want to say, one thing about this show this season is that it was done by Potomac's primary team, which is James, Eric, and my homegirl, Janasia. So I want to shout you guys out. You guys did, the best that you could do with what you had. And so I'm excited to see how it unfolds.
Yeah.
Okay. Antonio? Yeah,
I'm really excited as well. As Chase stated, I know it was something that we kind of discussed briefly in our text group. It gives it a chance to have more authentic drama. Like, I hate the made up stuff and things like that. I'm sure there'll still be some manufactured drama, but for the most part, it seems as if everything is going to be authentic. There are new people in the group, even new friends that are around. And regardless, I know coming off of last season, no one had really high expectations for it, but whether the expectations are high or low, I'm still excited to see Atlanta and the Brown girls back on the screen. The ones that actually did put Bravo on the motherfucking map. Okay?
They did. I mean, I don't know how many times we got to say it, but all these debates, I don't need Ebony getting up talking about OC because Ebony girl. Right. I don't need Ramona talking about New York. Ramona gone on. I'm just saying, Atlanta, this the franchise. And I think everybody needs to recognize that. Period.
That's true.
And you know what else is crazy too? I just really quickly, after having to sit through Beverly Hills and having to sit through Jersey and having to sit through Salt Lake City and Miami and all those things, to finally see the Atlanta girls, I just felt like I wanted to run up and just give them a hug and say, thank you for rescuing us, because these hoes are crazy. What y'all leave us with?
Okay. Well, let's talk about some moments of the actual trailer. It was a good little, 3 minutes, I believe, two or 3 minutes. Good, a lot happened, I'll say that. And I didn't answer the question, but my whole thoughts of it once I actually watched it a couple of times was that there are a lot of new feuds, issues, and beats, and that is what I'm most excited for, because you can tell that they have definitely they've definitely done the right thing about bringing in new people. You know, even those who've been around, but not necessarily who had a piece like Marlo. And you got some newbies such as Sanya. How you pronounce it?
I think it's
Sanya, right? It's Sanya. It's Sanya.
So.
I keep saying Tanya. And then you got Drew, who is still new. I mean, she only had one season, so technically she's still new. And Sheree is back. So it's a good blend of cast. We start out with the trailer they showing all these tweets, I guess, from the fans. Just kind of like the things we've been saying and talking about for the last 6 months since they started filming. Just our speculations of how the film will go. Now, they start off with Kandi. You know, Kandi is, she's the heavyweight champ at this moment, I guess. So, I mean, it's only right that she's the person walking out like a boss, looking at the text messages. All the girls are reading them. But the first little glimpse that we actually get is Kandi defending herself about sucking dick in a locker room.
Yeah.
I was confused by it a lot just because this is the scene I was talking about right here with Kandi right here. But this is the scene that took me out when you have Marlo, this white lady, and Marlo saying, "Kid, don't invite your white friends here no more," because the white lady basically said, "This is a kids' party."
It's Marlo, like, your white friends don't get it. She don't know us, so she don't understand what we're doing.
Now, I don't know what that's about, but what do y'all think that's about? Because it seems to be some kind of tea party type of thing, and we see a couple of glimpses of this tea party throughout the entire trailer. So a lot must happen at the trailer. I mean, at this tea party. But Antonio,
well, I was like, was it Brooklyn's birthday? Because then I'm like, if it's her birthday, I think she was born in December or something. So I wasn't sure. I am intrigued. Like, I want to know who Dick Kandi was sucking. Was it her husband? Was it something for a while ago? What happened? Where did that come from? Like, I like shit. I mean, I like stuff like that where we don't have all of the details. Like, we've heard bits and pieces about what happened throughout filming, but we don't have all of the details like we may have in the past. So I like something like this because it really builds anticipation for the show. But I do want to know who Dick was she sucking?
In what locker room was it? Like,
where was it at? Was LA Fitness on Spring Street? Was it, where's she at? Kandi, where you at, girl?
Chase?
Listen, and why is Marlo always the one uncovering these lesbian Kandi fantasies? Like, what is that about? Like, Marlo, are you talking about something Bookie do? Why is Marlo? I don't know if Marlo was the one that spilled that tea in the scene, but they have an argument. Later on in the season that gets ugly. I feel like this is the genesis of it.
Yeah.
So, why are you always the one, Marlotta, spilling that girl's lesbian tea? Like, let her be a lesbian in peace, honey. And that white lady finally had a genuine, authentic reaction. Everybody else is just sitting around when they argue about dinglings and dildos and stuff. Finally,
but you remember this, Chase?
Crazy.
You remember season 9 when Porsha and Kandi were arguing about who want to eat rotten pussy at the restaurant?
Yeah.
I mean, at some point, you got it's very authentic to see a person, whether they filming in the back, to hear them be like, "What the hell?"
Like, what the fuck is y'all talking about?
They must have told them to stay there, because I ain't mad at everybody. Like, it's like, if this really is a kid's party, why are we hearing about sucking dick?
And Marlo's reaction is authentic too, because
it was so good.
Don't bring her ass back over here no more, okay?
It was quintessential Marlo, just kind of saying the first thing that popped in her mind, and probably something like we all would have said, like, "Who the hell is this white lady?" Like, or something like that. So I loved it.
She don't know we filming the show. Don't bring her back.
She can't come back no more.
I agree. I completely agree. I don't know what it's about, but we'll see. I didn't get this actual clip, but it was another moment shortly after where what's her name? Mama Joyce is talking about it's her body. She can do what she want with it or something like that.
Did she say her vagina?
She said it's her vagina. She can do what she want with it. And I'm like, what? Now, where is
maybe she was taking up for Kandi, because maybe
you think that's what it was?
Maybe Kandi was telling her about what Marlo said about her being a hoe, and she done messed with all these people for free. And Marlo and Mama Joyce like, where's her vagina? She can do what she want to do with it. Maybe.
Where do y'all think? Okay, so what do y'all think spirals the feud between Marlo and Kandi? Because we did hear about this whole bald head scallywag come in about a couple weeks ago. That was less than a month ago, and we clearly see them beefing. You see, Kandi defending, saying she didn't suck dick in the locker room. Marlo flat out said Kandi was a hoe. She fucked for free. Literally, that's the exact word she said. And then you see them arguing, and Kandi says, I give you what you give me. And then Marlo, like, when you start. So it's like, I'm trying to figure out, where do you think this came about? Like, what are y'all predictions to how it even starts?
I feel like, me personally, I have no kind of backstory on it. I just feel like Marlo was going to come in this season, and she may have felt like her and Kandi have gone back and forth before. Her and Kandi had a back and forth many years ago, but I felt like this was her season to tug on Kandi's wig a little bit. I felt like this is her way of doing it. Kandi is the longest running peach holder on the show at this time. She's not an original, she's not an OG, but she is the longest running. And this is Marlo's way of getting Kandi to come out and play on the playground with a little bit of this drama that they're going to have going on this season. I like it.
Okay. I think Chase said he had to step away for a second, so we'll get his opinion on this later. I don't know. I agree. I mean, Marlo and Kandi have always had an underlying issue anyway. Just think to how I really feel like Kandi brings out a little bit of Marlo's insecurities.
Oh yeah.
I think she triggers her, and Kandi, to me, honestly, Kandi's very dry, but she does have a lot of money and she does have a lot of power.
She's very
I feel like that's always. I feel like it's the kind of the same way that Nene, Kandi kind of triggers Nene. I think it's the same with Marlo, and because Marlo was so close with Nene, I think she just has that same little look, because it started way back what season was that?
Season 4.
4, I believe it was. Yeah. And then, in season, I think 9 or 10, when they were in
Spain.
What place was that?
It was Spain.
Spain, yes. Yeah. They had another issue. So it always happens at least every once in a while. So I think now that Marlo has the peach, it's just going to kind of turn into a whole feud, because now she has the room to make it a whole feud. And if anybody can make Kandi work, thank God, because Kandi ain't been doing it since Carmen got that voicemail in season 6.
Kandi been riding the wave, but I'm glad to see her. But I will say this though, in our group thing, we kind of give Kandi a lot of flack. But when it's time, when you really go ahead and pull that out of Kandi, she be on it. But it's the fact of really getting that out of her. So if Marlo's the one to do it, then I'm ready for it. Okay.
Well, while we talk about Marlo, what do we think? Chase, are you back? Ain't back. Okay. What do you think about so Marlo's individual storyline is that it seems like she's a Monty, to her nephews, but it seems like the mom kind of wants their child back.
Yeah.
And so it's looking like she may be going through some kind of maybe a custody battle or something like that. I think she mentioned that she was building a house. So that's something we didn't see that, but we do see with the custody battle. I think that's actually interesting. I'm glad that it seems like she's bringing some substance other than, my clothes, my hair. It seems like we're going to get something more. So, for right now, for me, I'm most excited to see what she gives.
What she has to bring.
She's been around for so long, and this is her time to either make it or break it. So,
because we really don't know her on a personal level the way that we know some of the others, even with how we know Drew, and we've only seen Drew just, last season. So we don't know Marlo in that way. So I look forward to seeing her in a light outside of, my Versace, my Gucci, whatever, and my hair, my nails. I look forward to seeing her, in a different light and really taking on a leadership and guardian role to the boys and what that looks like. Yeah.
Okay. And this is a picture of her where we've seen her nephews, I think since like season 11?
10 or 11.
10 or 11. We've seen them since then. I think, what season was that when she brought him to Kenya's ex-husband event?
That was 11, right?
I don't know. Whatever season.
No, it wasn't 11 because Kenya wasn't there, so it was season 10.
It had to be, it's either 10 or 12.
I mean, season 12. My bad.
It makes sense. But so we see them with them. I mean, they, she obviously loves them. I'm just curious to see how this goes. That is it going to be a full custody battle? Because this is a storyline. So
that would be some good shit, though.
But allegedly, I'm sorry, allegedly.
Okay, go ahead, Chase.
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. Allegedly, there is, she got the children for a good reason. I don't want to run the lady all the way down on the lean show down to the YouTube. I don't want to run her all the way down, but she got them children for a good reason. So I feel that if the children are better, well adjusted there, financially taken care of there. As a mother, I would probably, I'm not a mother, but if it were me, I would allow them to stay there as long as I am present in my child's life if they choose to have me there. So I just don't like, I don't know if that's the case, but I don't like when people, oh, I'm your mama, so you coming with me. Who said I want to go with you, bitch? You know what I mean? So we'll see. But come on, Marlo, with a storyline. Okay.
Yeah, I'm here for it.
I was definitely for it. What do y'all think about newbie Sanya? Like, we didn't get a whole lot of her from this trailer. We got like just a quick little, newbie little angle, and she's going off on somebody. I don't know who's. It seems like maybe she's Drew's friend, but it also seems like she's going off on Drew. So I don't know what's going on.
I think that I did read that Drew kind of brought her into the group,
right?
But I've also read that even I want to say in some of Drew's interviews where they kind of had their issues. For some reason, in that instant, I don't feel like she was talking to Drew, just because you know how they do most of the time. They'll pan and one person's going off and they'll pan at somebody else, and that person's not really that's not who they're really talking to in that moment. So I wonder if it's a situation like that. They didn't really give us. We just know she's a 4-time gold medalist and she's married and she got the kid and she's Jamaican. Yeah.
I appreciate that though, because they know who we came to see. We don't even know her. We'll get to know her on the show. You know what I'm saying? If Drew brings a girl on the show and they fell out with Drew, that seems pretty on brand for her, for me.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
But if you just look at the context, look at the context of everything, and just how, because she was like, my friend, she said it in Jamaican, and I was like, oh girl, I can't understand.
My friend is not my real friend.
My friend's not my friend. And then just look at how the voice that was introducing her was Drew. Usually that's the person's friend.
Yeah.
Usually.
And so even when they started showing her and Drew were hugging, right? That was Drew.
I feel like it may be Drew, and I'll be quite surprised just to see. I can see somebody coming for this girl like Marlo, but I don't know. I try to give Drew the benefit of the doubt, but I guess I need to stop, huh?
Yeah,
we're gonna see.
Drew. Let me tell you, because
Drew can't go nowhere for me but up. After last season and that pastor, Drew can't go nowhere but up. It's no further down she can go.
Well, listen, honey, Drew can't even go up for me because I still have that lid tight, honey. So that's where she is, at the bottom of the barrel. And I just don't. I definitely believe it's Drew. Like, Drew gives me, what they feud gives me? Like, Drew brings Sanya into the group, and as the weeks and the scenes progress, Sanya's looking at Drew and how she moving, how she operating, is like, oh, she's lame, she's disgusted. I don't want to be her friend.
I hope Drew proves us wrong.
Well, child, the girl, people are not. Megan says, I was hoping Drew would leave, throwing dog treats. Lame.
Y'all, I pray for that baby to leave. Oh.
Let's talk about Drew while we're on it. Might as well, right? I know this is Chase's favorite part. So in the first introduction of Drew, we get her talking to Ralph. And it seems like there was an inappropriate text message sent to him. And she didn't like it. She addressed it. These scenes it happened last season a lot too. And just with the whole, like, he was gone to Florida for so many days. And, I hate that he just really gaslights her. It just looks, but she allows it, right? But then we see a scene where Kenya is kind of firing at Ralph by like defending Drew. And it makes sense because there was speculation that Drew and Kenya are actually friends this season.
Mm-hmm.
So this may be, what I'm saying, where
they're bonding.
Where they start bonding. But I just want to get y'all thoughts about that. I mean, Kenya and Drew, like how they ended last season, especially with Toya on the other side. She gone, but like, what were y'all thoughts, Chase?
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Chase.
Go ahead, Chase.
I can see Kenya. I don't know if you want to say that, but I can see Kenya bonding with her over marital issues. I just think, you know what? I just have a brilliant idea. That bitch need to be on Love and Marriage Atlanta or something like that. Huntsville, DC. Like, she is not Real Housewives of Atlanta material, but she's perfect Love and Marriage material, because those girls have an uncanny knack for believing anything that their husband tells them and letting them get away with, like, cold case murder. Like, that man is cheating on you. That man is cheating on you.
Yeah.
What a bitch texting my man for? She cheating.
About a massage.
I don't like her. I don't want to talk about her.
Yeah, about a massage. I hope they don't end up being that couple like
Kirk and Rashida.
or even Ashley and Michael, where every season is something going on with him and possible infidelities, and doing all kind of shit. I don't want to see that every season for them. Like, we kind of got that last season where we didn't know where he was in Florida or at the beach or wherever, which wasn't really a cheating allegation, but there was those undertones, because where the fuck was you at? And this season, it's like, again, I will say I'm glad that Drew, getting her wigs together and, her fashions and her makeup, from what I can see, even in the trailer, she is looking 100 times better. So I'm glad about that. However, I don't really have a lot of hope for Drew, but my fingers are crossed that Drew is going to tick the fuck back up where she was for me toward the beginning of last season, and she's going to stay there, hopefully.
Drew versus Sheree. What y'all think?
Child,
Sheree.
listen. Sheree ain't to be played with. If you give her one little thing, Sheree gonna eat it up. Like she told Drew, shut the fuck up. Like that to me was like what Drew gonna say to come back from that? It's gonna be something lame or something like that. Like when somebody say you shut the fuck up, you really gotta go ahead and you gotta let them have it. You gotta like release on them. So if she ain't prepared to do that, she need to leave She by Sheree the fuck alone and over there playing her joggers and whatever else she's doing.
That was a day one. I am an OG. You would have never lasted with me, Kim, Sheree, Lisa, and Deshaun. You would have never made it, girl. Shut the fuck up. Like, who is this? You know what I mean? I kind of gave me like,
that's kind of what it gave. Like, why is she talking to me?
Ugh.
Yeah. Well, and you know what? Based off the conversation, it seems like she was talking about Sheree not paying somebody or whatever,
an assistant or something like that.
Right, an assistant. I forgot the name already, but
Anthony.
Yeah, okay, Anthony. That's what it was. So it seems like it escalates a lot. Go ahead, Chase. You can say something.
I was gonna say, but again, even in that trailer, I don't give a fuck who Sheree paid and didn't pay. That's so 2000 and late, girl. We know for 10 years, Sheree, you might get your check, you might not get your check. What you want to fuck? If you want your money on time, don't work for Sheree. So go somewhere, Drew. Like, the Contessa of it all. That's where she is at for me right now. She's a Contessa level territory for me. And y'all know how I feel about that.
Chase said you might get paid, you might not.
So like, is that a read, girl? Sheree ain't been paying people for 10 years. Like, how's that a read?
It's probably been a little longer. It's been like 14 years Sheree ain't been paying.
Did y'all see Drew getting held back again? So apparently she gets into it with Sheree's friend, and that's how the whole lapdog thing comes along. This did leak like a couple of some stuff has been leaking, so it's all making sense. When I'm seeing the trailer, I'm like, okay, this will be that part on the trip or whatever. But who was it? Is the friend Monietta or was it another girl?
No, I think the friend was like Akon's ex-wife or something like that. And
but supposedly she called her a lapdog. She bought a little doggy treat or whatever. I'm like,
on Ralph or something like that. But I really do hope that it's not like a gay rumor, like what they were saying on the blogs. I hope
it's probably gonna be a gay rumor. It's gonna probably
just because that's kind of like played, and
it's probably gonna piss me off.
I hope it is, because I don't know about y'all, but I'm gonna put my number in that DM.
Oh, okay.
Forward your calls to me, Chase. Thank you.
That man is. I saw that man in Neiman Marcus, and the man was like, "Sir, do you want something?" I was like, "Blah blah 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 blah." That man.
Oh my gosh. All right, this scene, and I know everybody was like, "What the hell? What the hell did we have?" We got Sheree talking to Apollo about advice on her felon, whatever, convicted boyfriend, and it seems like he's basically saying when he do get out of jail, he gonna shit on her. He ain't gonna be good. He ain't gonna be shit. That's what I got from the conversation. Yeah. We did see that scene where she was looking like Sheree J. Blige. Where apparently he was supposed to come, but he didn't meet up or whatever. But that looks a little crazy. Sheree, I ain't gonna lie, we know the real reason what happened. So I don't know why she acting like that. But any thoughts on this scene? Go ahead.
I wish this scene I'm like, did she call Apollo and like, hey, come meet me? I need to talk to you about ex-cons.
Apollo did look good, though. I ain't gonna lie.
Man, right, listen.
He looked real good.
Listen. Now. my man. But I'm like, did she call Apollo? I was like, yeah, let's have a talk about, ex-cons once they get. I want to know how did they end up at a table together. And we know when she on that brown fur coat, we know why Tyrone wasn't there. So I wish you would have asked them to cut that whole scene out. Like, y'all want No, cut that out. We're gonna see Tyrone later on at the fashion show, and we'll see him in the mid-season trailer.
Maybe.
When I saw that scene, I was gab boots. I say, I know it ain't Apollo. Is that what the fuck? Baby, one thing about it, don't cross Kandi Burruss. I got to give her to her. She said, you'll see Apollo on this motherfucker. And that nigga been locked up. Before we see you, Miss Phaedra Parks.
Like Brooke said, the nerve to have Apollo back on RHOA and not Phaedra.
Brooke, I was gagged. Listen, he said Kandi don't run nothing, but I don't know, y'all. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll see what that's about when it happens. A couple of the things that happened. We did see, it looks like Todd is added with the family again, but it looks like Riley is a part of it now because he said, you, her, and your mama are so disrespectful. And you know what? I don't think that's too far-fetched because I just know Riley is a monster, especially
now since she's grown.
I know she's a monster. And so absolutely. I'm sorry, I'm already signed with Todd because even Kandi, instead of her getting upset, she was just like she didn't know what to say because she know Riley is a damn monster. She knows she is.
And Kayla was sitting there like, I'm like, you ain't finna be talking to my daddy while I'm sitting here. Kayla should have got on their head.
No,
Kayla was there.
Kayla said, I don't want to get it.
Wasn't Kayla on the sofa too?
She was. Hold on, what a picture. I got it right here. She right here in the corner.
No.
But he was referring to, from my understanding, to Riley, Kandi.
Yeah, Kandi and Joyce. Because something comes up about a condo and whose name is on it and who paid for it.
Yeah.
And then he said the house in New Jersey. Did they say New Jersey?
I think he did say Jersey, yeah. I think
he
did say Jersey, yeah.
What is he supposed to do? His name ain't no Ann House. No, ain't no Andy. You got to have something to fall back on. You won't give him nothing. Girl, I'm sorry. I don't rock with Kandi on that. Y'all are a union. Y'all are one. If she purchased that home before she married him, they should have purchased a property together, or she should have put his name on the note or something as a union as one. You know what I'm saying? But you know that's how they roll. That's how they was raised. You know what I'm saying? And is that girl grown? What's her name?
Riley's grown now. Riley should be about 20 now, I think.
Yeah, let me not say what I was going to say.
I thought Riley was 48. I thought Riley was 48.
She about 20.
52. No.
I ain't got nothing to say about Riley.
But you know what? This is very true, Megan. Todd versus the Burruss is so tight. It is kind of. It is.
That's why I said that at first. I gave out that long ass side.
I'm just interested to see what would Riley be inclined to. I'm like, let me see. But it is a very tight storyline.
But you know what though, Megan and everybody else. Here's what I think too. Yeah, the storyline tired, but at this point, especially the way that his voice and his body language was, tired of that shit too. And like I was saying in our group message, ain't but so long. Somebody gonna keep dealing with that before they go ahead and try to figure out how they're gonna get another house in their name. Like, what do you expect to happen? He's eventually.
It's too many battles in this family about what's Kandi's and what's not his. It's just like if I was him, Chad, I would be having a whole other stash because it seems like it's so many too many conversations, and I know it has to be tired of. He has to be tired of them emasculating him as if he ain't got nothing. At this point, they have restaurants together. He had production work before. He is not broke. Like Brooke said, surely by now, Todd got a little money. He ain't still digging.
Well, Kandi said a couple of seasons ago that her and Todd done made millions together. So
yeah,
clearly,
it don't seem like it. It seemed like she made millions and she gives him a couple of stipends because they be acting like this man be broke. And I'm just like, what is really going on? I don't know. I don't know why her mama says it makes Mama Joyce. If you watching,
Mama Joyce makes Kandi interesting. She makes
Kandi,
the storyline interesting. She do.
That's very true. Okay, and then one of the last things we didn't really talk about, unless I missed something, was I was confused by this, but Kenya and Kandi, I don't know what was going on, but it seems like it sounds like this is a rehash of something because it sounds like Kandi is saying Kenya was making some inappropriate comments about fucking or something like that in front of Todd. And the only time I can think of when that happened was at Cynthia's thing last year when she was at that table. Remember?
Okay.
I don't know what it's about, but it just seemed like they had a moment, and I'm trying to piece it together. But Kenya and Kandi, that is a very
Kandi said, I think in one of her interviews, she said a lot about who got into it and stuff. She
did
run
she say
them out.
Kenya?
Her and Kenya did have a little situation.
Okay, well then this must be
I don't
it.
think it was a huge blow up, but I think there was something there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Chase.
I think too. I think it's also just an effort to quell
Keep it.
everybody who says that they don't come for each other for specific reasons. They say Kenya don't come for Kandi because, she needs that ally on her side, and Kandi don't come for Kenya because whatever the reason, you know what I'm saying? So I think that was also an effort to prove, like, look, it's a new season, the dynamics are different, and I think that they're going to call each other out and come for one another, but I think that they're going to do it with respect to each other and make up. They don't really seem like the type of girls that want an issue with each other. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
that's what I got.
Well, I know Kenya don't want no issue with Kandi. I that's been very
She
clear.
saw what happened to Phaedra. She say, Mark will be on the show for you get back on the show ever.
Ooh, child.
Not Mark. But
Yeah.
even with some of the pictures, I think Kandi and Kenya, whatever they had, I don't think it was like a big situation, because even when they were posting the pictures during filming, it would always be Kenya, Kandi, and Drew on pictures, and then Marlo, Sheree, and the gold medalist. So yeah, it almost seemed like it was a.
It looks like maybe it's a couple things. I do agree with Megan when she said she watched it again, and it looks like maybe Kenya was talking to the other person, because when you do look at it, Kandi's hair, that is Kandi's hair, is actually facing this way when Kenya is saying that comment about the fucking thing.
About
so I really know they could have edited that way, and then Derek says he think that Kenya was telling Kandi about what Marlo was saying. It's a lot of hoes and
I like it.
And stuff thrown around this season.
Love a hoe, love a slut.
You saw the moment where what's her name? Where Kenya and Marlo does not surprise me. If you believe they were friends last season, you are mistaken. It was surely just because of Porsha. I'm just saying.
Absolutely.
Did y'all see that Porsha and Nene are trending?
I and of course they are. Let's be honest.
Chase, what are your thoughts on that?
Listen, Nene is always trending. That's nothing new. I think that Porsha, doing that, I feel like, you know what I'm saying? If I'm going to be 100% and keep it real and keep it honest. Huh?
Oh, I was saying, yes, Kenya, that picture. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Chase.
Oh, no. But if I going to be completely 100% honest, I feel like it's a lame-on move from Porsha. You chose to walk away. You chose not to share your life with the camera. And you got what you got. You got a spinoff that was very poorly reviewed. I know you see this and you hot and bothered, baby, because this is hotter than. Imagine, you being Porsha and you having the world in your hands, and you the internet love and what everybody talking about, and you leave and you think that you're leaving for better, and you get, what you got, and then all your fan base turned against you, and now you're doing some lame old shit like this. That's how I feel about it. I feel like it was lame for her to do that, but whatever. Go ahead, have at it.
I feel like Porsha is life. I don't feel like it was lame at all. She was still, they all have their moments where, they throw their little shade, whether it's on Twitter or whatever. We remember Kandi's tagline, "Don't mess with me or you might get fired." Like, they all like to throw around their weight and their celebrity. So I didn't mind Porsha saying, hey, listen, it's 6 new bitches, or these bitches still on the camera and they doing their thing, but I'm still trending.
But you know what? They haven't really said anything. They ain't saying nothing crazy. They're just appreciative of, I guess, I don't know their name. I don't feel like Nene or Porsha have said anything to be like, this the rating's gonna be low. Like, they repost, well, at least Porsha has. So I don't think they should be receiving any kind of hate on it. They ain't hating. They
ain't hating. She was just like,
reposting and liking and stuff. It seems like all the girls are happy.
I took it as Porsha saying, I ain't around, I ain't on TV, but I'm still that girl.
Yeah.
She not. And
she is. We discussed it on the link.
To me.
So loud.
To me. And I get it. Everybody got their girl, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna never knock nobody for who they like. I'm just not the bitch that they like. So, you know what I'm saying? To me, I just felt like, you know what I'm saying? You were trending yesterday, wasn't you? Why you didn't say thank you yesterday? That's kind of thing. That's what I be thinking about. You know what I'm saying? It feels like an effort to slight the movement, and it's okay. I know they won't say too much more going forward negatively about their show if they want their job on Bravo, because Bravo has showed they're not playing with nobody anymore. So
no, I can agree with that. Bravo has showed they ain't not playing around. Well, they kind of have showed that, but they ain't really showed me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They won't let Nene back for nothing, y'all. I'm a little hurt about it, to be honest with you.
Ooh.
Well,
Yeah.
I think that they really didn't like Nene from the anyway, and she just kind of, but the people like Nene, and
They
Nene
probably
was
wanted. They
good
probably
for
wanted
TV.
her out, and she kind of gave them a reason to get her out, and then they can keep her.
And
out.
they said, now we're not gonna let you back in.
Right. So she kind of helped with that. That's my girl. I love Nene, but
She
did.
She did. She handled that all wrong, but whatever.
It is what it is.
Well, like I said, Porsha, there's always next season, and we want to enjoy this season.
Possibility. I think she would definitely come back next season.
Absolutely, she gonna come back.
If they ask her back, she coming.
Hell yeah! Did you see what happened to her spinoff? Oh my god!
Well, the ratings were higher than Kandi and the Gang, no child. So.
Well, that don't take much. Don't nobody want to sit around and watch no buff.
Child, these ratings are higher than Kandi and the Gang.
But y'all, honestly though, wait, no, let's not do that because I actually like that show.
No, I do like Kandi and the Gang. Child.
I like the show.
Kandi and the Gang watch. We do. We watch the show. We do like it, child. But Porscha's shit ratings is higher.
Porscha was rooted in a whole
child. And what is the Gang rooted in? Come on now,
chicken.
We got hoes fucking in the freezer.
Well, I'm gonna say this: Kandi and the Gang is actually a good show.
It is.
Whoa.
It's unfortunate that more people couldn't watch. I will say though, I've watched 3 of the episodes. It's actually a good show. I think it has potential to be great. I mean, if Vanderpump Rules can do all that, and what's the name of the other show? Don't be tardy. I don't know how Tardy for the Party ever made it like that, but if
we know how Tardy for the Party made it.
I love you.
Listen, I think that what shot Kandi and the Gang in the foot is not getting the lead in. However, consider they did not get the Real Housewives of Atlanta lead in. I'm gonna say that it's doing better than I actually ever expected. So there's that.
You know what? Kandi and the Gang should have been aired at the same time as Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Absolutely.
Maybe right afterwards. That would have been a good place because it's people watching it, but more people will watch it if it was like right after Atlanta. I mean, it should have been that way, but
that's what happened with Vanderpump Rules. They got a whole freaking episode of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills to spin them off.
Yeah.
Like that is insane.
But I feel like Kandi probably was, like saying my show. Don't put my show on with Atlanta and watch. I bet she probably was the one that decided factor.
Yeah,
so, I don't know.
See that she wanted to see what the show would look like without that Atlanta lead in, and that's okay. But next season, sis, you know what to do.
Okay. Well, before we lean out, because we've talked about everything, I believe everything on the thing. I know somebody mentioned Sheree and Kenya's friendship. That's not new. I mean, it seems like they don't have an argument, and I'm glad.
No, Sheree. I mean, Kenya has said they're really close. So.
Yeah, they seem really close. What is individually y'all's most look forward to, like feud or issue that happens this season based off the trailer? What's the one moment you're looking forward to the most?
I really want to see kind of what causes the Kandi and Marlo situation to occur. I hope it's not built on thirst and that it's really built on some legit situation. But I really want to see kind of like how that transpires and what caused it and how it ends. So, but I am looking forward to the entire show. I'm really excited to see what season 14 has.
I know that's right, Timon.
I said Apollo.
No, yeah, that's Apollo. I actually am going to say I'm looking forward to all of it. It just feels fresh. It just feels fresh. It just feels new. It feels exciting somewhat. So I'm just looking forward to all of it. Yeah, all of it.
And then not to mention they can like go places and do shit now, and as compared to last season where they were kind of confined. So I'm excited to really.
Yeah, they go to Jamaica, they go to New York, they go on a cabin trip. They got a lot going. They filmed for so long. I don't know who filmed longer, Basketball Wives or Atlanta. Probably Basketball Wives because they still filming.
They still filming, yeah.
But there's a lot of content that they should have for this season. So I'm excited for it all. To pinpoint, I definitely want to see what happens between Marlo and Kandi, because when Kandi shows up to work, she does show up.
She clocks in, as Chase said. She
clocks in. Yeah. It just takes a while for her to clock in.
It takes her a while to get that child.
Yes. And I'm glad it's not related to family, it's someone else. So, but I am really excited to see what Marlo gives. And I want to see what Sanya gives too. I mean, hopefully she delivers enough to stay, because I'm tired of all the rotating.
Yeah.
I want to, keep these casts, they can build chemistry and actually have.
They could have rotated Drew.
I knew that was coming.
Hold up, what is it? The DDD?
Well, they probably, honestly, Chase, they probably were planning on it, but they didn't plan on Porsha leaving.
Or Cynthia not accepting the friend role. That's to be honest with you, that is the one person, believe it or not, that I kind of was like, damn, what's Cynthia at? You know what I mean? But I did not look for Porsha. I just didn't look for her. I didn't realize that she wasn't
when
there.
I didn't see no braids, I knew Cynthia wasn't there.
Okay. Before we leave, I do want to make a quick announcement, actually. So the panel has not been decided for Atlanta yet. I mean, it's usually myself, Jasmine, and Asia. And if they have availability, they will be back. But the Lean does have a new co-host as of today, and he's actually here. Demisio.
Oh,
good Lord.
Demisio is actually going to be a permanent co-host for Real Housewives of Atlanta. He's been, very supportive of the channel.
Wow.
Not saying many others haven't, but also expressed interest, and I think it would be a really good fit for not only the Lean but for Atlanta as well. So kudos to Demisio, who will be joining the panel.
We love to see it.
And the Lean family. I would get him on, but we kind of running out of time. It's supposed to be a quick thing. But when the taglines come out, we'll probably do another video as well to talk about those too. So congratulations to Demisio. He said, "Oh, not Chase throwing shade."
No, I did not.
You want to come in?
He said,
Demisio, Chase, that is a shady thing. Demisio,
I'm on the shady tree now. Welcome aboard the shady tree. But listen, when he said Demisio, I was like, "Oh, okay."
Real quick.
No, Demisio, I'm so happy for you. I'm so proud of you. I feel like you definitely deserve it. I know you're gonna rock it, and I know you're not gonna back down. Okay.
Because I will be in those comments.
Oh my God!
I just seen what you wrote about Porsha. I will be in those comments.
Not Sammy. Not Sammy got a friend. Somebody, he ain't gonna let nobody play with Kandi. What I can hear him now.
My Kandi.
We
hey, I'm gonna let you in for a second. Can you hear us?
Yeah, can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, Chase, not the shade, honey. I was like, oh my God. Not I'm gonna have
come on, Nushka knew it.
Not I'm gonna have a sparring partner to have. I would love that. So if you want to be shady, bring it on. Honey.
Well, my plan is to bring it on. So
it's gonna definitely be fun.
May 1st.
Okay, Sammy. Okay, Sammy, my candy. Yes, honey.
Oh, you're gonna need Sammy. So go ahead and make your friends. Now you're gonna need to tag in with somebody.
Oh my God.
Wait a minute. Back to Atlanta.
Yes.
What are your overall thoughts of the trailer, Demisio? And then
the trailer, like I told you earlier when I talked to you, I felt like, what can I say? It wasn't bad. I feel like they did good with not just showing us everything so they could keep us on our feet and have some type of anticipation instead of like, giving everything away. And then when we get here, it's just like, we kind of already knew what was going to happen. It wasn't really, they had a few leaks, but for the most part, they kept everything airtight. So it's like we really kind of don't know really what to look, just forward to. So I can say kudos to them for that because, honey, they can just give everything away. And I do feel like the season is going to be, for the most part, I feel like it's going to be a good season, a whole lot better than last year. Because last year was dry as paint. Okay? Dry as paint. Porsha
dry Kandi's personality.
We can say that about a lot of them on there, but you would never do that.
Oh, come on, y'all. Let's get along.
I definitely am.
Your first day is official up here fighting Demisio. Don't do that.
Right. So yes, I'm definitely looking forward to the season. I do like the cast. I do like the addition. I feel like Cynthia could have kept the friend role, but it's just like whatever. But I feel like she could have did it, and that would have like sealed the deal. I don't get why everybody's like, "Where's Nene? Where's Porsha?" We don't.
You know why people are saying that. You know why people are saying it. So stop it.
I mean, you can say that, but
you know why people are saying that.
We could do without Nene. We could do it without.
Well, then why you mentioning Nene then, Demisio? Why you mentioning her?
But we talking about the show, right?
Well, Nene ain't on the show, so why you mentioning her?
But I could have swore y'all.
I'm just playing to be see.
Yeah, that knows later. I'm like,
I could have swore y'all brought
I'm
her up.
I'm joking.
I'm just keeping the fun going, honey. That's all.
I'm just messing. I like
keeping the fun going, girl.
You're gonna see, when you get in the group chat, the BCL chat, you're gonna be like, oh, okay.
Oh, they're gonna jump him in. Oh, they're gonna jump you, child. Good luck. You're gonna need it.
Look, Antonio, we see each other. We see each other. And,
I don't know if I'm ready for that.
Let me just add this in here. Drew is still lame as hell, still insufferable. It's just, I can go down a list of names to call her. It's just like, girl, you are so lame. Like the doggy tree. And it's just like, girl, no, Drew. No. Like, they could have gave us some more cameos of Sanya. Like, they could have really just, they could have dropped Drew to a friend.
With Sanya, they gave us what she gave them.
Oh, Lord Jesus. What about Lisa Woo Woo? Y'all saw Lisa Woo?
Chase, I would love to see Lisa Woo back. Oh,
me too.
Okay, so I went crazy.
No, she was in there.
Okay, I did see her.
And let me say this. When y'all was asking about why Kandi and Marlo was feuding or whatever, if I'm not mistaken, I saw this like on several different housewife pages that the feud got going because Marlo said something about Blaze and the way that she was conceived. Something like in the nature of like a test tube baby or something like that. That's what I seen. I don't.
You know what I said? I meant to say test tube baby. I'm thinking about what Marlo said the 2 seasons ago
about Cynthia.
Yes, child. You know Marlo mouth just go.
Marlo need to get her behind whoop. Ain't no way around that.
Yeah,
exactly. If you think Kandi gonna sit there and not cry and not get mad after her child being called a test tube baby, I know Kandi can give us a moment.
Okay. I was living for the little cameo between her and Kenya at the end. Kenya, what she called her, pathetic whore. I was like, oh yes, I'm so here for it. Drag her down to the gutter.
And maybe that's why Kenya gets involved. I don't know. This is a team too much.
It's a lot. But I will say it's a lot to anticipate. Demisio, I'm gonna let you go. We're gonna lean out, and then, like I said, congratulations to you, Demisio. You would be on the panel.
I can't wait to see you.
It's gonna be really fun. It's gonna be really fun.
I am too, because I'm ready. I can't wait to come for Antonio, honey. Because he's not
well, based on today, it does not seem like you are that ready. So I'm gonna need you to go.
Okay.
Look, want me to rehearse my. Okay, yeah.
All right. Don't rehearse it. We don't like that.
Demisio, don't worry about Antonio.
Please don't worry. Demisio, congratulations.
Correct.
I can't wait to see Demisio. I like Demisio. Me and Demisio be messaging and stuff.
He's got some spunk, doesn't he?
I see that we had some callers. We're not actually doing any callers. That I allowed Demisio to come in because as I congratulate him on being on the panel for later. So when we have the actual show, of course, we have call-ins, but not for this particularly. So I'm so sorry, Lisa. I see your face down there. I'm so sorry. But we're going to go ahead and lean out because we've actually been on longer than we were supposed to be. But I definitely enjoyed this. I mean, somebody said the lean was better than the actual trailer. I don't think that's the case. But it definitely was.
I do.
I did have a good time. I'm glad that Chase and Tony were able to take time out their day and be able to do this as well. So we're going to go ahead and lean out. Thank y'all for watching today. Sammy, Jasmine, Nushka. I saw Morgan. I saw Morgan. I saw Megan. Anyone that was in the chat, I think I saw some faces. DDD, Taman, everybody else that was here. Thank y'all, Brooke, for watching today. And we will see y'all either next week for New Jersey or if there's any other, like when the taglines come out. Other than that, Real Housewives of Atlanta season 14 airs May 1st at 8 Eastern. And be sure to like this video. We'll see y'all next time. Okay.
Bye, y'all.
Have a good rest of y'all. What's today? Wednesday?
Wednesday.
I keep thinking about the fucking day.